This is the training facilities down here at Changi Airport for Singapore Airlines, and today I've got some very exclusive access to get behind the scenes of what actually goes on here. So how do they train their staff? How do you become a pilot in Singapore Airlines? What actually goes on behind the scenes at a training facility here in Singapore? Oh, not of this one? Okay.
We're going to take you through our cabin crew mock-up training, where we'll show you how we train our cabin crew in terms of service, and we're also going to get you a deputy chief pilot to talk to. Cool. But right now, safety and evacuation procedures.
All right, Karl, you've got a bunch of mock-ups in here. I can
Yes.
see a bit of an airplane over there and some doors. What's going on in here?
Yeah, in fact, there's a door opening behind us. Let's walk this way. So this is our safety evacuation procedures training area. So this is where we take our cabin crew for about 2 weeks of their 14-week training program. So we've got a few door evacuation trainers over here. So you can see we've got an A330 and an A350 door, which basically allows cabin crew to train opening a door when it comes to evacuations. Up here we have a Boeing 777 fuselage, which has 2 emergency slides off it. One is an A380 slide and an A380 door. The other is a 777 door.
I know I've already asked you this, and I know you're going to say no. Can I have a go on the slide?
No, you can't have a go on the slide.
So is there must be a reason behind that?
There is a reason. It's actually quite dangerous. So I mean, the speed that you can get up on those slides is quite significant. And so what we don't want to have happen to you today is break a wrist, twist an ankle. Your viewers aren't going to like that. That's not going to be. That's not going to make.
Are you kidding? The viewers are going to love that.
Bathroom. Not to be used.
Okay, because I was going to ask where the facilities were.
Right hand on the handle, you're going to swing it out, bring it in, push it out.
Yeah.
As you look down, it does look quite enticing. I'm not going to jump in because I've only got one suit today. You'd stand here, you'd hold across like this, and in you jump, pin drop in.
Yeah.
So that holds onto your life vest. In you go, and then you've got to swim over to the raft and get in. So spare a thought for our cabin crew when they're doing their training. They've got to do this, and they've got to do it both as a practice, just in regular, I guess you'd call civvies, as well as for our female crew, the sarong kabaya, and for our men in their suits. We can fill the cabin that you're about to go into to have a look at with smoke, but we can't today. And the reason, because we've got crew training in there.
But I can have a look inside. If I'm quiet.
Shh. Okay. Shh.
Take your life vest only at the exit doors. To inflate your life vest, pull the red tabs firmly downwards. There is a whistle and a light for attracting attention. Special life vests are available for children.
So you were telling me before, this is the actual height of the aircraft, off the ground as it would be.
I don't think you really get an understanding of how high it is.
It's hard to get the perspective of it here on camera, but
well, hold on. I'll just go back and you can see.
Karl, very high aircraft. It is, it's a long way up. It's a long way up. It's a long way up. And that's why they can't really let me, that's why they won't let me slide down. I've asked probably 3 times now and still Karl has said no. Captain Quick, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we've got this impressive simulator behind us. So this is the 787 simulator?
Simulator, yes, for Singapore Airlines. We've only had the simulator for just about a year or so. It's a brand spanking new machine here.
Yeah. Yep. Which other equipment have you worked on before?
It's on the A350. And prior to that, the A330, the 777, and then the 747.
Do you have a favourite out of all of those?
Oh yes, of course. I'll give you that answer in an instant, and it's a 747.
See, we can be friends for life. I don't know, my Instagram account is Steph747.
Oh really?
That's the name of it, yeah, because I love it. It's my favourite aircraft as well. I know that you guys, some of you are student pilots, you're learning how to fly. Any advice for some of the young pilots?
Well, from the start, it does look like a very, very long journey. Just keep in mind what your end goal is, and keep working through it. It's going to be years before you actually start flying a large passenger jet, but you will get there, and it's lots of hard work, and sometimes stress, and I can't deny that. But it's a journey well worth taking, and it's probably, for us, it's the best job in the world, and we won't think of doing anything else. Okay, so yep, you ready to go? We're clear for takeoff. Runway 02 left.
Clear for takeoff. Right, so throttle also about an inch.
Yep. Yep, that's about it. Yep.
About it.
Okay, that's it. Thrust is set.
E1.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Oh, yeah.
A bit more.
Okay, there you go. That's it. Right on there. And gear up.
Very well. Did you keep your hand on the throttle at this point?
Yep.
Yep.
So same principles apply.
Concentration face. Same principle. So alright. So yep. Pitching for speed.
Pitch and then attitude and power. There you go.
I'm also, because I'm such a piston pilot, I don't need right rudder at this point, do I?
No,
I'm so right rudder at the moment.
Would you like to do a turn?
Yeah, let's do a turn.
To the left.
270.
Keep the pitch to maintain 250 knots. Okay, you can level up at around 5,000 feet. Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah, happy with that. It's a bit slower to react than what I'm normally used to, so I think I'm losing height and I'm coming back, yeah.
It's a heavy aircraft, but it's still well within the parameters, 300 knots.
I think I've finally got it stabilised now.
Yeah, you're not doing badly at all. It's pretty good, actually.
Give me a rating then, so could I potentially get a job? I mean,
sure. We'll give you the application form and you send it right in and we'll definitely consider you.
I look forward to flying with you. Thanks for your time, Captain.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Carl, this, like on camera, this looks like a real plane.
I know, exactly. Ovens and microwaves. This here is a microwave. We have a steam oven, two different types of ovens. There is a dry oven and a steam oven. Economy class meal trays. And the other half of the crew will actually be seated in the seats out here. Each one of the crew has been given a persona. So for example, you might have new parents with a baby, and they may, when they get on board, they may require warm milk, or they might require warm water. You might have a passenger who has ordered a special meal. Maybe it hasn't been catered for. Ultimately, as the flight will go on, they will be asked to replicate the boarding. They'll be asked to replicate the welcome service, the welcome drink, and then they'll be asked to replicate the meal service. When you're serving a customer, always remain open. Don't ever close off with your arm. Always use your open arm to serve and collect. And the other thing is, when you're talking to a customer, always come to their level. Never over the top.
Whilst we've been sitting here, one other thing I've just noticed, can I show your socks?
Oh, yeah.
They're brilliant. Look at
Let's
these.
go.
Hang on, look at these.
There we go. So they won't hold it like a real phone because they're not listening to anyone. So they'll push and they'll talk.
So I've already failed.
I wouldn't say failed, but yeah. Each of the suites has its very own separate lie flat bed, which also has a little back support that comes up if you want to watch TV in bed.
So I have travelled in business class, as you know, with Singapore Airlines on the A350, travelled in economy as well. Never travelled in first class. To be honest, this is like, I could set up my whole office here. I could have my laptop on the side, could be doing some editing on this side, watch the Formula 1 on the telly or whatever's going on in Chris World on there on the entertainment services. I have no idea what I'd do with the space here. I just need to put things on here for the sake of it.
1A and 2A and 1F and 2F. You can turn them into a double suite, which is what you have here.
That's this mock-up here.
At the moment.
So imagine we are travelling together. You can be Jackie for the moment.
Oh, I could do a very good impersonation of Jackie. I've seen Jackie in a few things. Hold on one second.
You just yeah. That's scarily accurate. That's the biggest lazy person I've ever seen.
Have you met Alan?
Hello. It's getting a bit late in the afternoon. I've been working hard with the Singapore Airlines guys all morning, getting a bit hungry now. So I thought I'd hang out down here. Is this where you conceive the ideas for what's actually going to be served on board for the people who might be watching?
Absolutely. So this is our menu development room, or menu development kitchen. A lot of the magic that happens is about taking our ideas, taking restaurant quality ideas, bringing them into SATS Catering, which is our catering partner here in Singapore, and really making them work for not only in-flight, but also to make them tasty and make them interesting for passengers on board Singapore Airlines.
So the authenticity of the origin where the aircraft is actually coming from, that's really important to you as well.
Popular local favourites from Singapore, really, really key. Great ingredients, proper ingredients, the right flavour profiles. But then some countries are not doing really well in terms of ingredient opportunity. So we may not be able to replicate a Singaporean dish from Copenhagen. But Copenhagen's a great food city, and they've got fabulous Scandinavian cuisines or Nordic cuisine that they can introduce to us. And as a passenger flying from Copenhagen back to Singapore, we can also do a representation of their culinary experiences.
Do you find though, when you travel as a passenger, can you actually still enjoy the airline food? Or are you like still working in your head looking at it thinking, oh, I'd probably change this?
My secret is that when I leave Singapore, I'm on duty and I'm in business mode, and I'm assessing the service and I'm looking at the meals, and actually when I come back it's like my Friday night. So the hat's off, I sit down, have a glass of wine, I enjoy the meal. Of course I'm observant, but I'm not so critical, so to speak.
Yeah. So you can still enjoy air travel as a passenger these days, to some extent.
To some extent.
Are there really differences in tastes? With the differences in the air pressure in aircraft, do you have to cater for that in what you do?
Look, I think the philosophy the legacy of traditional airline catering has shifted quite a lot. And the old Boeing 777s, the old A330s, these are aircraft which were designed in a time perhaps where cabin environment was not important, but it was more about getting the plane up to altitude and being efficient, getting it from point A to point B. The A350s, the 787s, the A380s, their cabin environments have been transitioned. So there's a lot more moisture in cabin, so your sinuses, your well-being is hydrated, perhaps more than what it would have been previously. But also the pressure on your body is less. So you're sort of feeling better about your travel experience. And of course, we don't modify the food that much in terms of being developed. We take a recipe from a restaurant or from a hawker stall, we develop it as accurately as we can. If you want more salt, we give you a salt and pepper shaker, you can add your own.
Okay, welcome back.
I feel very rested right now as well. I felt like I was coming here to work this morning, but I feel like all you've done is make me sit down in comfy seats.
Fantastic. Welcome to our A380 business class product. So this was launched in 2017. These are demo seats and they are used for training, so they've seen a little bit of wear and tear. But what I should be able to do is...
He's gone.
Now, we're just work colleagues, and of course we need to, liaise.
But not too much connection. So still some privacy as well. Yes.
Exactly. Do you need to be able to liaise with the person sitting next to you? No. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Carl.
Pleasure.
I'm enjoying this tour very much. But it's very comfortable here, so I might have a little nap. This is a fully flat bed, yeah? Okay, all right, I'll catch up with you in a little while. Thanks.
I'll give you a privacy.
Put the divider again, thanks.